Okay.
But I'm sitting with you.
East-west is the declaring side. North-south is defending. If north leads this suit, will east-west eventually win a trick?
No.
It
Okay.
depends
Why? Okay, let's take it out. Why? What does it depend upon?
how East-West play.
Okay, so would you like him to lead the ace or small? I'll let you pick.
Who's leading? Oh, okay.
What would you like him to lead, the ace or a little one?
I won't lead any.
Small? Thank you. You want small? Okay, small. I'll play small. What would you like him to play?
The king.
King, okay. Who won the trick, north, south, or east, west?
North-South.
Okay, at this point, is east, west going to win a trick?
Yes.
Yes, it's now unavoidable. What if instead of the king, he played the 9?
They win the queen.
Then he wins the queen. So they still win one trick, it's just faster. So once north led a small card, east-west was going to win a trick. Whether it was first round, second round, third round, doesn't matter. They're going to win a trick. What if he started with the ace?
Definitely.
Same effect, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what happens if north-south doesn't lead the suit and east-west leads the suit? Will east-west win a trick?
Probably not.
Okay, how would you like me to play it with east-west leading the suit that I can win a trick? You want me to lead the queen or small? Okay, I lead small. North plays small. You want me to play the jack?
Right.
Now the king captures it, and the ace-10 is positioned over the queen.
Right.
So did east-west win a trick?
No.
Okay, you're gonna run into a lot of technical information in the bridge room. A lot. This is the most important technical diagram you're ever gonna see. It's important everyone in this room understand this. Whoever breaks this suit first is the loser. Because if north-south breaks the suit, east-west wins a trick. If east-west breaks the suit, they win 0 tricks. It's not magic, it's reality. Whoever broke the suit first loses. And the reason is because there's an honor in all 4 hands. And whenever you see this type of situation where the honors are distributed amongst the 4 hands, whoever breaks the suit first is typically going to lose. So the trick to the suit is to not play it. The trick to the suit is to not play it. And this hand could come down to a street fight as to who plays the suit first. Whoever breaks the suit is going to be the loser. So bridge is easy, right? Never break a suit? Okay, well, somebody was in here last time I was here a month ago, and she made a comment to me. My partner got upset with me because I broke a suit, and we got a bottom board. But the next hand I didn't break the suit, and my partner got mad at me because we got a bottom board. You guys remember that conversation? Well, in fairness to her, she's not alone. That's why bridge is very frustrating, right? Because not every hand is exactly the same. How do you know when to do what? Well, this diagram is very important to me, and the importance of when not to break a suit. However, bridge isn't quite that simple. Let me explain. Person over here has king, queen, jack, 10, 7th of spades. Stiff, 3 little, and 2 little. Okay? That's their actual hand. Their partner's hand is ace X, 3 little, king small, and ace, king, queen, jack, 10, 6. Okay? So I'll tell you how the bidding went. This hand opened the bidding 3 spades. Anything weird about that? No. Okay. It went 4 hearts, 4 spades. That's how the bidding went. Pretty normal, right? Okay. Person sitting north had 3 dead, ace 4th, 3 dead, and 3 dead. Now, that's you. You know how that's you? Because you have a bad hand, right? As soon as you get a bad hand, everyone loses interest in the game. I have this weird theory about bridge. If you had bad hands the entire night, that's your best chance to do well. And I'll tell you why. What happens when you have bad cards?
You just follow suit.
You just follow suit. Okay, what else do you do? What happens to your concentration level?
It goes down.
It falls.
Yeah.
Okay? Believe it or not, this was the key person at the table. So the auction went 3 spades, 4 hearts, 4 spades, all passed, right? And the person down here led the king of hearts. Okay. Sitting north, what do you know about this hand?
That the 4 hearts is short in spades.
Okay. This is the only person, and this is you. I'm going to draw a little stick figure you, so you know who I'm talking to. You're smiling, having a good time, right? Okay. Sitting up here, you heard your partner bid 4 hearts. So they have at least 5, and they can easily have 6, right? You have 4, and there's 3 here. Does the 3 spade opener have a lot of hearts? Okay. Always keep counting the hand. Always keep counting the hand. Bridge is a game that costs, so there's an old joke about bridge, but it's not really a joke. So you're playing bridge and you go to a table and the people say hello to you, you already know you're going to win, right? Because if they were really concentrating, they wouldn't be engaging you in small talk. What's going to happen here, and I'll tell you what did happen at just about every table. So when king of hearts, heart, high heart encouraging, or guess, heart follows suit. So what does South play at trick 2? Another heart. First one works so well, right? It gets roughed, and then what happens? Okay, that's very important to understand. He's going to rough it, pull trump, and he's going to run his club winners and pitch all of his losers. And he's going to make 6. And that happened at just about every single table in the room, making 6. If you notice, there were 2 tricks for north-south to cash. What was the second trick? What should north have done? That's correct. The person with the most information, the best information, should always be the one who makes the decision. The person with the best information should be the one who takes charge of every situation. That's a good rule of thumb for most things in life. Who has the best information about this hand? This person or this person? So he should just take charge. Don't leave it to your partner. And I hear conversations about these types of situations. One of them I hear is, well, I gave you count, you should have known. I like to call that bridge playering, where you create this weird excuse for you creating a problem that didn't need to exist, rather than just facing responsibility for your own actions. Okay, I refer to that as bridge playering, because they always have excuses. Don't make excuses. You know what's going on, right? You know at most 1 heart is cashing, right? So just take control, win the ace, and return a diamond. Now, it's scary to return a diamond because there's king X here, correct? It feels awkward. What's going to happen to our diamond tricks if we don't go get them?
Go away.
Why are they going to go away? Okay. So Meckstroth has this belief that the problem people have with bridge is that the English language wasn't designed for people to understand the game of bridge. It was designed for other purposes. But we use the English language and we try to use it to explain this game, and it doesn't work because there's a loss in translation. So the first concept we had here was the concept of the damages of breaking suits. The second major concept is right here. And the term I'm going to use for this is a threat suit. And a threat suit means a suit that the other side can set up to get rid of their losers. That's a threat suit. And the yin and yang of defense and bridge is there a threat suit or not? If there's no threat suit, I want to go as passive as I can and force the other side to break the suits. If there is a threat suit, I need to go get my tricks. So go back to that original diagram with queen third and jack third. Suppose that was here. If I break that suit now, I blow a trick, right? But if I don't blow that suit now, I get 0 tricks. So it's better to get something than nothing. And that's the judgment of bridge. Yeah, hit me.
But doesn't North have more, the 4-heart bidder have more information than North? They're sitting there, they know they have the ace, queen of diamonds.
I let
Person
the
with
king-
the ace of hearts,
Because I don't know that my second heart's getting roughed. That's what I don't know. Okay, and that's a very tricky. See, you could shrug your shoulders at that, but it's fundamentally true. Is it possible that people would play the queen of hearts with this hand? He's only got 5 hearts. How is he really supposed to know it's going to get roughed? Now, suppose he had ace, queen, 4th of diamonds, and king, queen, jack, 5th of hearts. Would it be a smart move to cash the ace of diamonds at trick 2? Yes, it would. Would everyone do it? Like if that hand was in today's game, can you honestly say to me, everybody here would cash the ace of diamonds at trick 2? If they were, then I'm going to start playing here, okay? Because that's the type of bridge game I want to sit in, okay? If that's true. If it's not true, I'll tell you that in the 80 tables that I played in, about 4 of us cashed the trick. Okay, now whether they cashed it themselves or partner overtook, I don't know the answer. Okay? Okay. So the whole balance, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so in this example, it's very easy to see that clubs is a threat.
Yes.
How good would this suit have to be for you to make that decision? Like, let's say they have ace, queen, jack, 10 or something. King,
So
queen, jack.
that's a really smart question.
Like, so
okay.
sometimes you just take your 2 tricks, but then you give up a club trick or give up a, like, looking
Exactly.
at this hand, if the club suit weren't so good, I would think maybe I should lead a spade to maybe be able to get our
So,
diamonds.
so let's say the suit was like this instead. Okay? Possible example. Here's the reality is my diamonds are 3 dead. So I'm not offering any help in guarding this suit. Therefore, I have to respect it's a real threat because either declarer has the king of diamonds, in which case the diamonds are already good, or partner has the king of diamonds, in which case he's a dead duck. So either way, I have a problem. And it's such a good question that I want to run with it a little longer. My rule of thumb is it's a threat suit until I know otherwise. So when I'm reacting to a dummy, my first thought is I have to show respect to the threat suit until I know it's not. So it's like any other sport, right? You have to pay attention to something as a priority. Your first responsibility when you see the dummy is to pay attention to the threat suit. Now, how do you know though whether to be focused on threat suits or going passive? And that's a fundamental issue. So 2 things are going to come from this. One is, when you play bridge, the most important hand at the table that I want you to be paying attention to is the dummy. Now, usually when I ask that question, most people would answer their own hand, right? And some people would say the declarer's hand, and some people would say I'm looking at my partner's hand for signals, and all that stuff's great. The most important hand at the table is always the dummy. And the dummy's going to break down into 3 fundamental types, and we're going to focus on 2 of them today. The first one is a dummy with a threat suit. And when there's a dummy with a threat suit, your job is to go after your tricks. You can't blow a trick that doesn't exist. And it doesn't exist because it's going to go away. So if there's a threat suit, the threat suit gets first priority. Okay? So if you and I are sitting down at the table, and there's a threat suit in the dummy, we should be on the same page all the time. If there is no threat suit, then our first thought should be, it's non-threatening dummy, therefore we want to go as passive as possible and let the declarer break the suits. And that's the yin and yang. Now, beyond understanding when to be aggressive and when to go passive, think about the other huge advantage you just created for yourself. You and your partner are now completely on the same page all the time. Now think about what a powerful advantage that would be. How many of you can honestly say when you sit down to play bridge, you and your partner completely understand what the other one is thinking about the entire time you're playing? It's a huge ask, isn't it? But if you were both thinking about the dummy type, could you then be on the same page a much higher percentage of the time? That's why this is the basis of defense. is understanding the dummy type and how to react to hands where there's a threat suit versus hands, but there's not a threat suit. See how that works? Okay, let's take this further then. That's my hand. So I open the bidding one spade.
One heart.
One heart, excuse me. One heart. And it goes past 2 hearts by my partner. 2 spades over here. So I pass because I have nothing else to say. Don't make bids that don't exist. I have nothing to say, so I pass. And it goes past, and my partner passes. Okay, so I'm on lead. So obviously I lead the ace of hearts. Keep it simple, right? Okay, dummy hits. And our agreement is, when I lead an ace, you give me count. So partner plays the deuce of hearts, which isn't a shock, and declare follows suit. So hearts are 5, 4, 3, 1. Okay. Before you play to trick 2, take in the information at the table. Just take it in. First thing is, I know I have a 12 count because I'm looking at my cards, and I know there's a 3 count here. Okay, it's 15. What does my partner have?
6 to 9.
7, 8.
Okay, so I'm going to give him the middle of the road to create a range. And the reason I want to keep it simple is some of us are better at math than others. That's great. For those of you who went to Caltech, good for you. Okay, that's not all of us, all right? Just keep it simple so you can do the math in your head. So that's 15, 22 points roughly. Roughly. How many points does the declare have?
18.
He's got extra values beyond his normal 2 spades. Okay, so if I wasn't paying attention, I would think to myself, well, he overcalled, he has at least 10, right? Is that true? No, I know he's on the higher end of that range. Okay, what else do I know about this hand?
Ace, king, and small.
There's no entries to dummy.
You have small,
Okay.
small here,
Dummy, I want to circle back to dummy type. Tell me what you know about the declarer's shape.
but you're not gonna win
5
this.
spades.
He has at least 5 spades, and what else do you know?
1 heart.
He has exactly 1 heart. That's like the one indisputable thing about this hand. Like if you had to testify in court, the only thing I could truly say is this man has 1 heart. Everything else I don't know. But he has at least 5 spades supposedly from the auction. I don't know what the rest of his hand is. Okay. Most important thing on every single hand is to identify the dummy type. What is the dummy type? Is it one with a threat suit?
No.
No. Okay. So in my mind, how I'm going to defend is now clear. I want to go as passively as I can so I don't blow a trick. I don't want to panic and break the suits. What should I play at trick 2?
Spade.
Okay, a spade is one possibility. It's more likely to blow a trick because he can't get to dummy to take the finesses through your partner. Or a club. Okay. I would prefer the club. Why?
I don't know which one the clubs are.
Right, on the right.
Well, they go in order. So spades, hearts, diamonds, clubs. So why is a club, what about my club suit makes me want to lead a club?
Semi-sequence.
Because I have the 10 and the 9. So I might even be getting some kind of progress towards something useful happening. Should I ever switch to a diamond here? No. What's wrong with playing diamonds?
Give up address.
Because I'm breaking the suit. Do I want to be the one who breaks the suit? When there's no threat suit, the person who breaks the suit first is the one who's likely to lose. Remember that? Those are your most basic, fundamental yin and yang concepts of bridge. No threat suit, time to go passive. Let's make this a little more interesting. Suppose this was a queen, and this was a queen. Does that change anything? Well, now I can see there's 7 points here. 14, 26, so this guy's probably in that 13, 14, 15 point range. Okay, I get it. Is there a possible threat suit in dummy? Well, it's going to be hard for him to set up hearts, knowing he has a stiff. So if there was a threat suit, what would it be? What's the only possible threat?
Club.
Would be this. This is the threat card right here. He might be able to set up the 13th club. Okay? Now again, just think about this for a second. Suppose you and I had never sat down at the bridge table together before. How powerful would it be if you and I, both of our first thought was, this is the one card I need to pay attention to, because this is the only card that can be established in dummy. Think about the complete mental shift and the level of communication that can exist between two people if we're both thinking about dummy types. See how that works? So if I shift to the 10 of clubs, could I get the information I need potentially for partner to know what I need to know about this hand? Okay.
I must confess, I didn't hear your answer to your own question. You said if I shift to the 10 of clubs, can I get the information I need about this hand? And I didn't hear what you said.
It depends upon the sophistication of your partnership and what your agreements are. But that's where being on the same page is so powerful, as opposed to if you're just paying attention to what's in your own hand, you're not gonna get it. You're not gonna be able to see the forest from the trees. Okay? That's why understanding the importance of the dummy type is so critical. And everything in bridge rotates around that dummy type. And if it's not rotating around the dummy type, you're just playing cards. Hit me.
So the question is, you said throw out the 10,
I would leave the 10 at that point, yes.
and you're going to find out.
I'm going to see what happens at this trick, and it's going to give me a better sense as to one, I need to pay attention to if clubs are 4, 3, 3, 3.
Right.
And two, I also need to understand what's happening in the club suit to know if that 13th card is going to be good. Because if that 13th card is going to be good, then I need to think about whether I want to break the diamonds.
Okay.
Okay? If that 13th card is not going to be good, I'm never breaking diamonds. Get it? Okay.
So when you draw 2 rounds, you got rid of it.
So you kind of create the idea of a threat suit and you break it. I'm just trying to go with it. If there's a threat suit, you break
If there's a
it.
threat
If
suit,
there's no threat.
if there's no threat, I want to go as passive as I can. And the more passive I am, the more successful I'm going to be. If there is a threat suit, I need to count how many winners he has and judge whether I want to break the suits or not.
Okay, got it.
And that's the challenge of bridge.
So you kind of say what could possibly be the threat and find out. All right,
Exactly.
got it.
Okay. All right. I opened the bidding a heart. And my partner bid a spade. And I bid 2 hearts. And partner passed. Now, some of you won't like the fact partner passed. Some of you think that partner owes me another bid. Okay. If you were to make an argument as to why North owes me one more bid, what would it be?
They have 10 points.
He has 10 points. Did he ever show them? He did not. Okay. I acknowledge that that's a factually correct statement. What's an argument as to why North should pass?
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
The Singleton Hard, not great. Where are we going? I mean, you really need to bid 2 no trump here? That doesn't feel great, does it? Okay, I'm fine with the pass. For those of you who can't stand it and bid again, I get it. Okay, my partner chose to pass. Okay,
I don't know what suit is
Yeah,
what.
2 clubs would at least tell you that he has 5 clubs and 10 points.
if you're playing that way, you have that option. Okay, and if partner would bid a 4-card spade suit for you, it'll work out. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing. I played that way for 30 years and it's fine. Okay, they don't play that way anymore. Okay? Okay. I actually prefer 2 clubs. Okay, although this hand is pretty weak. Okay. Opening lead was the king of spades. Okay. Dummy hits. You were the declarer. How would you go about playing this hand?
I take the ace. I'd probably play a heart back.
Honestly, how would you go about playing?
You have 6 hearts?
You do.
4, 6, 7. I would play the ace of hearts, and then I would play the king of hearts, and then I would play the 10 of hearts.
Okay. Why is it better to play ace, king of hearts, and then a 10 of hearts, rather than taking a heart finesse at trick 2? Okay, so I'm going to win the ace of spades at trick 1. I think most people would agree with that. Okay, I can't take 2 finesses because there's a stiff here. So if I finesse and lose to a doubleton, queen, or jack, I'm still losing to the other on or 4th on my right. And if they're 3-3, it doesn't matter because ace, king, and another will work. So it's actually better to play ace and king first. That caters to a doubleton honor. And if it's queen, jack, 4th in one of the hands, it's not my day. Okay, so it's better to play ace and king and then the 10. And that caters to a 3-3 split, or a 4-2 where one of the honors was with the doubleton, which is actually a much higher percentage than you think. Okay, after I do this and I drive out the hearts, what's my next move?
Play the clubs.
I'm going to play the clubs and do what with them?
Run them.
I'm going to dump as many diamonds as I can, and in this case it's 2. Okay, notice something about declare play. Everybody in this room would play this hand exactly the same way. I mean, within reason, right? Somebody would hook the heart, somebody would do something weird. I get it. But for the most part, everyone would play the same way. My point is, most hands declare play is really overrated. What there is defense. Now, without looking at the defender's cards, what are the critical issues that they need to resolve? What's the first one? Counting points and understanding what you know about the shape, right? Okay, so whatever points he has, he knows this hand has 12 to 15, and he can see 10, so he should have a sense as to what his partner has. And it's very important for your long-term development as bridge players. You constantly have an idea what's going on at the table because you're counting the hands. Constantly, every single hand. All of them. Okay? All of them. Secondly, identify the dummy type. What's happening with the dummy type? The clubs is a threat suit. Therefore, it gets our immediate attention. Now, what the defenders need to work out is how many spade tricks are going to cash so they know when to shift to diamonds. See how that works? Now, if you and I had never sat down to play together before, if we were on the same page with this, could we communicate on this hand? I hope so. Now, think about what I just said. We've never talked about anything. When we sit down to play together, could we be on the same page on how to defend this hand? So what signal do I need on my king of spades?
Discouraging.
I need count. Because I need to know how many spades are going to catch. Because if I have 5 and there's 4 in there and you show me 3, do I know that when I win a trick I need to shift to a diamond? You get it? Okay. That is a very powerful concept. If you and I could sit down with no discussion and be on the same page. Okay, I want to stop here because of time. The reason I've stayed away from the subject matter is because it's so much discussion needs to be had. Okay? But I got called out for it, so I'm doing it. All right? But this is the first. This is the beginning. Okay? We're going to keep working on this.
Jay,
Hit me.
I have a quick question. I was playing in the Anaheim sectional a couple weeks ago,
Okay.
and they're in 3 no trump this way.
Right.
My partner leads a heart,
Right.
and dummy comes down, and I could see the threat suit of diamonds. They have like 6 diamonds,
Sure.
and the only entry is the ace of spades, and I win trick 1.
Okay?
Now I'm like, do I want to be dutiful and leave my partner's suit back, or do I want to get that? And I have 2 stoppers and diamonds in my hand.
I want to return a spade.
That's what I did.
Okay.
I'm asking, is that correct to not automatically return it?
Of course.
You try to get that threat
course.
suit
I'll
entry
never
off.
have a problem with anything you do as long as what you're doing is following dummy types.
Yeah, okay.
Okay? I'll never have a problem. Even if you're totally wrong, it's fine. And that's something about bridge you have to accept. Sometimes partner will do their best and still be wrong. It's okay. Just it's fine. Okay? That's not you just screwing around and doing something weird. Okay? You were trying to do your best, and even if it's wrong, I'm fine with it. Okay? Fundamentally different things.
Thank you.
Let's stop there because I think we're over.